So I'm pretty much a big child at heart, and I grew up in the 80s, so this new Voltron series was a neat treat for me. Welcome to the heart of the stories we tell, where today I'm just dropping in a quick video to say what I think after watching the first episode of this new Netflix series. Let me start off by saying that in the 80s I had the toys, and since then have watched every single incarnation of Voltron. I am a classic fanboy. Some I liked more than I liked others, though. I do say that this new series already took some of the best elements. I even saw the live action. Oh, wait, no, that's not a live action Voltron. They call that Power Rangers. Silly me. So, I went in hoping for the following: a good mix of magic and technology, some cool and funny mice that the princess gets to talk to, and a kick-butt giant robot fighting with Magitech monsters called Robeasts. I was not disappointed. I didn't get any Robeasts in that first episode, but the series started off with a bang and just kept running. It's the best type of retelling, one that switches things up but keeps the main thrust of the theme and story. There were some surprises along the way. Instead of 5 adventurers, I think explorers, we have 3 current cadets, a flunked out pilot, and 1 full pilot astronaut. They switched Lance up a bit, they rearranged the color schemes, but in all, I recognized the characters, well, 4 of them. There was no Sven. They changed Lance into being a little more comic relief than he used to be. They made Koran a lot more comic relief than he used to be. But everyone else seems to have taken a slightly more serious role, so I kinda don't mind. Those jokes were needed to lighten up the episode. They made Keith into Maverick from Top Gun, and gave Hunk some airsick issues. I think something is really up with Pidge, though. So, spoilers ahoy, because Pidge is the one that made me do the double take. Still here? Okay. I think Pidge is a girl. So, there's a couple of hints in there, from the picture and the diary, and just in general the way Pidge acts in a couple of scenes. I was expecting there to be a clue in with a joke about refusing to pee with the rest of them or something like that, but at no point did that actually happen. When Pidge and Shiro went off on their own to find Green Lion, I expected this was going to come up, but it didn't. Even later still, at the end of the episode, again with Shiro and Pidge, talking about Pidge's family, I thought they might add some throwaway line like, I didn't know he had another son, but they didn't. So maybe I'm reading too much into it, but something just seems a little bit off here. I like the way they did the princess. I like the 10,000 years asleep. There were a couple of other things in there that I really loved. The new designs for the lions, the fact that they used the handheld weapons from the newer series, the way the suits were updated, everything just popped. I will say, there's a little part of me that says that when the king dies, the princess becomes a queen, and as such, this shouldn't be Princess Allura, it should be Queen Allura, and I will be very disappointed if we make it to the end of this season without there being at least one reference to that. All in all, though, I came away happy. It's obvious this was made for kids. At least some work went into making it smart enough for an adult. My only real thing that I missed was the scene they formed Voltron with. I think in that scene they dropped 2 balls. I'll explain. The first one is, the 5-year-old in my head was screaming the whole time for them to say the lines that they didn't, or some variation on activate interlocks. Dynatherms connected. Infracells up. Mega thrusters are go. Hunk and Lance, form the feet and legs. Pidge and Keith, make the arms for my body. And I'll form the head. Or some variants of that. And they didn't. I don't know, maybe they're attracting enough new audience that they didn't need that nostalgia. The second isn't nostalgia, though. It's that cannon that was firing at the shields. It hit the shields 2 or 3 times. And my first thought, the very first time it hit the shield, was aim lower. Blast out the rock underneath it. And I think that they could have kept the tension in the scene and not made it such a glaring, why are they still firing at the thing that's obviously holding? If they had done that, first shot could have weakened the castle and then them only have that last second save anyway without having to take down the shields at all. But hey, you know, all in all, I'd say that doesn't bring down the episode too much. So I'll definitely be watching more of these, but maybe not binge watching like I do Daredevil and Jessica Jones. Maybe halfway through I'll come back and put out another video here. Maybe if I actually put some thought into it and work on these, I can actually focus more on one of my main theories of storytelling, that the same story can be told for children, for adults, in different genres. And to be honest, the fact is that this is a kidified story. It is still a cartoon. But I think the story itself is going to have beats that are going to resonate through all the other stories we tell. So, it could be a great case study. In the meantime, I'll have to wait and see. And I hope you all join me back here for my regular scheduled Elements of Fiction as we walk through the heart of the stories we tell. Thanks for watching.